So similarly, you can go out and try and get validation. You can, I don't know, get into great shape, right? And then get a six pack. And then apparently, you go to the beach and then, girls are looking at you and then you're like, yay, I finally got the validation I want. And then you wake up the next day and you're like, I still don't feel enough. The reason for that is that you've optimized for the thing that's supposed to get what you want, which is self-respect, right? You started chasing. I love it's another quote from Chris Williamson I love where he says, "You sacrifice the thing you want for the thing that's supposed to get it," right? And in this case, it's you're sacrificing self-respect, let's say, for the validation which is supposed to get you that self-respect. It's like you can skip all of that and just get self-respect. Now we can get to the point where we get to defining what is that self-respect. But going back to my example of getting in shape and all that, right? You can do all these things. You can get into shape. You can go get a good job. You can like start to make money, etc., etc. You can get famous. You can do all these things and still feel empty inside because your younger self is still there, right? Your younger self that wanted that self-respect is still there, and you can't lie to yourself. You can lie to the world and cover up all these things. You can cover up, the insufficiency you feel inside, and again, you've got to go back and say, what am I actually looking for here? Am I sacrificing the thing I want for the thing that's supposed to get it? Am I sacrificing self-respect for validation, which is supposed to get the self-respect? And again, I got to go back to the thing where you can't lie to yourself. You can't lie to yourself and say, okay, if I am externally like I'm in great shape, I should respect myself now. I got validation from that girl. Damn, I should respect myself. I'm finally worthy of love. I did really well, in that presentation, or I scored that goal, or whatever it is. I should respect myself now. But your younger self isn't really convinced, right? Because you don't respect yourself. And again, now you got to go back to defining what is that respect myself thing, right? Because your whole life you've convinced yourself, once I get all these things, then I'll respect myself. But it's no, what do you actually need to become a man who you respect? And that focus has got to shift. It's got to shift from an external locus of control to an internal locus of control, right? You've got to shift from I need validation outward to what do I need to do to become a man I respect? Yeah, okay. I want to be, this respectable Christian man, who's, living life fully and giving his life to God and everything, right? Cool. You know that that's the standard you set for yourself. So why does, getting into great shape and, being successful externally and, being cool or whatever it is, why is that supposed to paper over the cracks that, you're not the man you respect, right? You're out there, you're in great shape, well done, but you still struggle with lust, right? You still watch porn like every day. Well, of course, no wonder you feel so like it doesn't feel enough because you've done all this work to paper over the cracks, outward to say, look at me, guys, I'm in great shape. I have all the best like friends. People think I'm cool. All those girls like me. Yada yada yada. You've done all that work, but internally, you know what the standard is. You know what the standard is. You want to be a man after God's own heart, but you're not that. So all this other stuff doesn't really matter because you've sacrificed the thing, which is self-respect, for the thing that's supposed to get it, right? Validation. And that's never going to work. But there's something so freeing. Like I had this realization. There's something so freeing about pushing that focus, right, that locus of control back inwards. It's like, oh, I don't have to try and get all these people to like me because, again, the shortfall in that is that even if you are able to get, a bunch of people to like you, there's always going to be people that don't like you. And now you're going to spend a lot of time focusing on those people that don't like you. Like, why don't they like me? What's wrong with me? Is it my haircut? Is it, oh, I'm just not good enough at this thing? Whatever, right? It's so freeing to say, it's not those people I need the respect of. It's my younger self whose respect I need. Now, it's more difficult because it's a lot easier to go out there and just, you know, paper over the cracks, right? And again, to Naval Ravikant's quote, it's a lot easier to achieve our desires than to renounce them, right? It's a lot easier for me to go out there and say, hey, let me actually go and get the validation from all these people than for me to say I don't need the validation from these people, right? It's so much easier. And it's all difficult. Like it is all difficult, but it's a lot easier for you to say, once I make $1 million or whatever it is, right? Once I become this rich, so I'll be happy. It's a lot easier for you to go and get rich and then realize, oh, this wasn't it to begin with, than for you to just say, I don't need to be rich, right? So it's crazy to think about, but it's so true, right? It's a lot easier for me to go and get what I believe is going to fulfill me and then realize it's not going to fulfill me than it is for me to just say, I don't want that. And I think something that helps in that is shifting that locus of control. Like, hey, I'm not trying to impress those people. I'm trying to impress younger me. Like, he's the one who's driving all of this. So what do I need to do to impress that guy?